This week on the show.
Face to face with mountain lion table manners. The intricate art of the Chinese dumpling. Simon's in Porto with more travel tips. And going under at Europe's first underwater restaurant. First, last year, a series of devastating wildfires had a huge impact across California. They were the state's worst on record, burning almost 2 million acres of land. But it wasn't just people that were affected by the fires. In Greater Los Angeles, wild mountain lions live around popular hiking spots. The often man-made fires, along with other human activities, threaten their lives. So I've headed north of central LA to the Verdugo Mountains. I'd heard that one mountain lion, called P41, who became caught up in a fire there in 2017, helped turn around local understanding of these powerful animals.
So it's one of the misconceptions that Los Angeles is just this concrete jungle without wildlife. But there's so much to see here.
Despite attacks on people being very rare, occasional reports of incidents have contributed to mountain lions being eradicated from North America's eastern states. Their biggest threats still come from human activity in the form of road traffic, animal poisons, and fire.
The fire swept through a good amount of their Verdugo range in 2017, but this spot right here in particular was hit pretty hard by the fires.
It's black.
Yeah. Right now, we're in a 16 square mile habitat, and a mountain lion territory is anywhere from 150 to 250 square miles.
Wow.
So the fact that they're even able to live and hunt here successfully is pretty astounding. They're doing okay here, but they really need help from people. And so I think we're at a critical time right now of, are we gonna coexist with mountain lions, or are we not?
It's thought that there could be 30,000 mountain lions in Western North America, but sightings are extremely rare. Now, passionate locals are using modern technology to photograph the lions and broaden public understanding of them. Joanna Turner first discovered the Verdugo lion P41 6 years ago with one of over a dozen camera traps she set up just on the outskirts of LA. Today, I'm joining her to check one out and see if a lion's been through here recently.
That's the
cougar cam.
You just trigger the trap?
There you go.
Where's the camera? In the bottom.
Yeah.
So in 1 week, what would you expect to find on this camera?
The lions will habitually come through about every 2 to 3 weeks. So it depends on where we fall in there, and there's no telling until we take a look.
That's a funny photo of the raccoon.
Which,
This one.
Okay. All right, so this is what we're hoping to get.
Okay.
This is this camera spot from about a month ago. This is a really big male. He has eaten well very recently. This is a big burger baby there.
So, let's see what was on this memory card.
Yeah, hope we get to see him again. And let's see, a couple of daytime shots. And yeah, that's the end of the roll.
All right, so 264 photos.
Not a single mountain lion.
But Joanna has often been much luckier catching lions on camera. She invited me to her LA home to show me some of her favorite photos and tell me more about P41, who was named as part of research work on local mountain lions.
When I started this, if a lion wandered into suburbia and was seen by people, they would call LAPD, they'd call animal control, and they would instantly send people out to find it and shoot it to kill.
They were scared of it.
Yeah. And once I started showing pictures of a lion that is calm, it went from shoot on sight to, well, we can tranquilize and relocate, and then at least it has a chance. Or now the ultimate step is you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
After years of monitoring P41, he was tragically found dead following a wildfire in 2017.
When P41 was found dead, and I had friends calling me, nearly in tears over it, that's sort of when I realized we started this only a few years ago to where he would be shot.
Yeah.
To people realizing that they've lost an animal that they came to know.
But the story for P41 doesn't end quite there. A short drive from Los Angeles is Animazonia, a charitable organization staffed by volunteers who look after animals in need. People can visit here by appointment. It's here where they're looking after one lion who was found next to a car in LA, separated from his parents at just a few months old following wildfire.
So this is Leno.
Oh, is that a hiss?
That's a hiss. It's okay, it's okay. This is his normal greeting.
He doesn't look very happy.
He's not too happy yet, but he'll get a little more comfortable as we're here a little bit longer.
Wow. You know who his parents were?
Well, we know for sure P41 was his father, and that's been genetically tested.
Why is he still here and not released back into the wild?
Well, so at 3 months old, he wouldn't have learned the hunting skills that he needed. They usually stay with their mothers between 1 to 2 years of age. And so he had to come to be in a sanctuary setting where he would be protected. The fact is, these sanctuaries are really needed. We have to be able to provide for the animals that we've displaced as humans.
It seems like people are getting more excited about living so close to an animal like this.
They are. I think the awareness of the need to be more mindful in the city planning, put in corridors and all of that type of work, people are behind it now. They understand that we've done this and we need to fix it. We need to do well for the wildlife.
There's a big show, but I feel like he's not as mean as he's showing right now.
Well, I wouldn't want to see you go in there.
Oh, he looks like he's in. Oh man, we're best friends, Leno. We're best friends. Big cats, small cats, everybody loves turkey.
Now, we're off to Taiwan's capital city of Taipei for this month's Global Gourmet, where the chefs at Tai Fung have taken the art of making dumplings onto a whole new level.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Chef Lai。等一下，我要为大家制作鼎泰丰的小笼包。那这个是我们小笼包的剂子。那我们每一颗剂子呢，都是以手工的方式沾一点粉，才不会让面皮粘在桌子上面。那我们一张皮完成的次数大概是7下到8下。那我们完成时，中间非常的厚，然后边边是薄的。这是我们特制配方的小笼包的内馅。那我们每一颗小笼包的内馅是16公克。 我们在挖制的时候力道要适中，不可以太用力，那会导致底部这边透明。当我们透明的时候，蒸制的时候就会露出汤汁。小笼包以及面皮加起来的总重量，我们是21公克。那我们在捏的时候，接触面皮的边边，然后往上，再往下，往上，往下。这个动作我们要重复18次，然后一直到我们做结尾的时候，我们要稍微把包子往上提，然后一样继续捏，继续捏，捏到后面没有面皮，我们就完成了。我们每一颗小笼包一定都是18折，不能多也不能少，不然会造成口感上的差异。小笼包好喽！跟往常一样很好吃。
Still to come. Simon's here with tips on cutting the cost of car hire and diving into the world of underwater fine dining.
So don't go away.
Hello from the fine Atlantic city of Porto in Portugal. This week, I've advice on a mother and daughter wanting to explore beyond Singapore. First though, after a series of airline failures this winter, many of you have been in touch about how best to protect yourself in case your airline is grounded and your ticket turns out to be worthless. Well, a travel insurance policy which covers scheduled airline failure could prove worthwhile. Now back to northern Portugal. Heather and Terry Hamilton are planning a 4-day visit to Porto later this spring. And they ask,
what advice do you have on the things that shouldn't be missed?
a 2-dimensional map really doesn't do justice to the 3-dimensional delights of Porto, one of Europe's most spectacularly situated cities. My perennial highlights are the view of the waterfront from Dom Luís Bridge and the view of Dom Luís Bridge from the waterfront. There are also some magnificent buildings, starting with São Bento station itself, the Ferreira Borges Market and the mighty cathedral. If you find yourself with an afternoon to spare, consider a trip to the nearby town of Aveiro, an hour south on a very cheap train ride. It provides a charming and very different outlook on northern Portugal. Next, Anne Lennox says her daughter is currently on a gap year, but they have a rendezvous to meet up for 6 days in Singapore.
Have you got any advice where a mother and daughter could go to get a taste of Asia from Singapore?
Well, Anne, I've called in advice from a Singapore resident.
Some nice day trips that you can take in Singapore would be to check out the natural side of Singapore. One of the areas I would recommend checking out is Kranji in the northwest. There's a really good nature reserve called Sungai Buloh Nature Reserve. There's lots of mangroves, forests. It's great for walks. You can find lots of animals and birds as well. Another place I would recommend checking out is Pulau Ubin, or Ubin Island, which is in the northeast part of Singapore. You can take a ferry there. It's popular for walking, trekking, cycling. You get to see a side of Singapore which is very different from the city-state.
Philip Noakes raises a common problem for those of us who like to rent a car in the US. He hired a vehicle in San Diego, California, and
according to my booking, there was nothing else to pay. But I found at the end that $112 of items had been added to the bill, covering emergency sickness plan and roadside safety net. The rental firm said that I signed for them. which, on closer inspection, I found I had. How do I get a refund?
Philip, I've been scammed by car rental staff in exactly the same city. I apparently initialed the contract for an upgrade, even though I never said I wanted one. What can you do about it? Well, I have vowed to make a point next time of recording the entire transaction, including saying in a loud voice, and just to be absolutely sure, I do not wish to take any extras at all. It seems a little bit extreme, but that's the way I'm afraid you have to play it. Time now for my departure, but please keep sending me your travel problems and I'll do my very best to find you the answers. For now, from me, Simon Calder, goodbye, see you soon.
And finally, with the opening of the world's largest underwater restaurant in Norway's southern region of Lindesnes just a few weeks ago, we visited to see what goes into creating a restaurant 5 meters underwater.
My name is Stig Ubestad. I'm the part owner, together with my brother, of Under. It's the world's largest underwater restaurant and the first in Europe. But it's much more than just that. The three pillars which we divided the project in there are marine biology, the architecture, and gastronomy. Those three together. You don't build Under if you don't have a passion. It's not possible.
The challenge was really to find a form and a shape and a location that could actually withstand these forces that we knew were coming. So the solution was a pipe. And it was constructed on a barge, then transported to this site and carefully lifted off the barge onto its very precise foundation points. Because a big issue is, of course, not to ruin the place while you're constructing. So it had to be put down in a really careful manner in order to maintain the landscape and the underwater landscape, not the least, not to ruin the ecology of the place. So once that was done, everyone was breathing out. That was the real most challenging part of the project.
We try to show what the south part of Norway can be and is. Most people, they don't know what is under the water in the Nordic seas. It's totally different from the tropical fishes with the colors. It's different.
My name is Trond Raffers. I work for the Norwegian Bioeconomy Research Institute. We had to document the species showing up in the area before we dared to go on with a project like this. To come into this room under the water, that it gives us new opportunities. It gives you a totally different setting where you have time. You have plenty of time to do the observations. We have the brown, the green, the red seaweeds. So yeah, we think also in our cold waters we have spectacular colors.
The head chef, Nikolai, he's been working on the menu now for 1.5 years, just working with it and foraging and exploring new ways of using different variety of the sea.
In the mornings I like to go out and forage for different kinds of things. Right now at this time of year it's mostly seaweed, and I feel being out in nature and foraging for 2 hours before you have to go in the kitchen and be there the rest of the day is really nice. I think it's so nice to tell the guests that this sorrel we foraged just out here 150 meters from the restaurant, or this dillisk the chef was diving for this morning. There's so many things that are not getting used. Everybody wants only the best ingredients, but why can't a ling roe not be good? It's definitely better for the environment if people eat the things next door instead of having flued in foie gras and truffle every day.
I think it's going to bring people closer to who they actually are and in relationship to nature and the borderline that we have here between water and land.
Oh, I'm feeling a lot of pressure. A lot of people have spent so much time, energy to make this restaurant so beautiful and dramatic. So now it's open, it's where the fun starts, yeah.
Some days you will get a lot of fish, and some days it's not that good. That's how nature is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's nature at its best.
That's it for this week. But coming up next week,
Rafa is in Spain's capital, Madrid, where a transport revolution is transforming the way people are getting around.
This is like being a kid again. Woohoo!
so make sure not to miss it. Remember, you can join our adventures by following us on social media, but for now, from me, Mike, Corey, and the rest of the Travel Show team here in California, it's goodbye.